Hi Scorpio, thank you for joining me. My name is Christine and this is my channel Under the Tarot Sun, and I'm very excited to be here with you today, Scorpio. It gives me great pleasure in being here. I look forward to making these videos all week. I spend a lot of time on them and thinking about new things that I can bring to you, the viewer, and making it fun and exciting. But with that being said, we're all busy. You know, I completely understand that. So if you want to click in the drop-down box, Scorpio, I did a timestamp of when the cards actually are being read. If you want to skip over all my talking, no hurt feelings. I know we're all busy, but if you want to stay, even better. You know, I put a lot of thought into these videos, and Scorpio, you're one of my viewers that has helped me get to where I am today. So I seriously appreciate that, and my heart is full of gratitude for you being on this journey with me. Thank you for all your likes, your subscribes, your comments, your emails. Warms my heart, Scorpio, my fellow water sign, and it brings me much joy. Okay, so you might be wondering, famous like you, what could this mean? What is this about? Well, I also do astrology. It's a big part of my world at my job, along with tarot and spirit connection. But I just thought it would be fun to share with my zodiac signs all the famous people that I, could fit on this little card of who shares a birthday with you, Scorpio. And I found a lot of them to be very new and exciting. I didn't even know some of these people were Scorpios. And then when I'd sit back and think, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense, absolutely, I can see Scorpio. And with that being said, Scorpio, some of the famous people that you share a birthday with are Johnny Carson. He's very private. And I love Johnny Carson. And John Candy, his birthday is on Halloween. Leonardo DiCaprio, Pablo Picasso, Julia Roberts, Claude Monet, Whoopi Goldberg, Hillary Clinton, Sylvia Plath, Matthew McConaughey, Marie Antoinette, Bill Gates, and not to forget Ryan Reynolds. So I just thought these were a fun little, list of things to put together because, I can see Scorpio in all of those people. And while our sun sign is our self, our ego, there's a lot of other planets that make up our cosmic fingerprint, so to speak. It's also about your moon sign. It's also about your Venus sign. It's also about, your midheaven and your 8th house and even your ascendant. It all blends beautifully together to make who you are. But, you as a Scorpio, that's your ego, that's yourself. And I can totally see all those wonderful people being Scorpios. Okay, so we're using my Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. I love these cards. They've been with me for a while, and they've really brought some great messages forward today for my other zodiac signs. So I'll just tap on them and wake them up. I've already prayed on them, loved on them, and we'll just go from there, Scorpio, and see what Spirit wants to bring forth. I do want to sit and try to see if I can't bring anything while I shuffle the cards, Scorpio, any sort of an additional message. Nope. All I can see is maybe you're going to the movies, or you're watching a movie, or you're looking forward to watching a movie that's coming out, Scorpio. Because I see you, watching something intently. Very intently. In your own surroundings, like on TV, computer, I'm not sure. Putting some pieces together of a puzzle. Maybe it's a murder mystery movie. I don't know. I don't know, Scorpio. That's all I'm picking up on right now. Okay, So I do 2 cards to crown the spread, 1 for your past, 2 for your present, 1 for your future, and a soul message. So right out of the gate is the Hanged Man. Okay, Scorpio, that's one of your crowning energies. And the King of Swords. Very nice. While this is air, you probably have some air in your chart, Scorpio, because this is your energy. This is crowning your spread. Most definitely. Okay, let me do another shuffle, Scorpio. Okay. And in your present position is the 8 of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. Very nice. And in the future is the Page of Wands. Pages bring messages, Scorpio. And your soul wants you to know 2 of Swords. Okay, so what do I not see in this spread, Scorpio? You. While the crowning energy is most definitely you, means you're really hung up about things, about situations for other people. You are not in your spread, meaning there's no cups, there's no water here in your spread. So I'm going to add another card to your crowning energy to see if I can't pull a cups, to see what's going on there. And again, I got the 7 of Wands. Okay. And maybe your soul message, 2 of Swords. Six of Swords. Okay, so we'll put it all together, Scorpio, and go from there. So right out of the gate, you have the Hanged Man. You're feeling mentally tormented about something, Scorpio. This was the energy after we shuffled, and this was the first card that came out of the deck. And this is in the middle of the Fool's Journey. Everybody knows in tarot, it's about the Fool's Journey. The first card being he blindly steps off the cliff and then moves on his adventure, his path, that he is going to make his own. And then the Hanged Man is the middle of the journey, and he is stuck, so to speak. The Hanged Man, it is a major arcana. It is a soul message. And this is, heads up type of thing. He's bound by 1 foot. His hands are free. He doesn't have a blindfold on, but he's mentally in torment about something. Because right next to that, we have the King of Swords. And this is air. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And this is a very, stoic king, so to speak. And so this is crowning your energy. So, Scorpio, I most definitely think that you have air in your chart. You've earned the right to sit on this throne. You've had a very full journey, and you've learned a lot of knowledge on your way. And sometimes you get caught up in not showing your emotion and being that stoic king. He has his sword down. He has a lot of, I want to say know-how. He has a lot of gifts that he can bring many through his intellectual conversation and the way he approaches things. But at the same time, this King of Swords isn't very good at showing his emotion. He's kind of like the Ice King. He's kind of good at keeping everything in lockdown and not bringing forth, the emotional part of his journey that makes him who he is today. Because right next to that, we have the 7 of Wands. So, this is some fiery passion right next to you, Scorpio. The 7 of Wands, you can see all the wands are pointed at him, and he kind of feels a little defensive. This is kind of like, whoa, wait a second now. You might have some fire in your chart, or this might be somebody you're dealing with has some fire in their chart. But, this is crowning your energy. I was trying to pull cups, so it could have more to do with you specifically, Scorpio. But you also might have some fire in your chart, and you're feeling a little defensive. And it they all three blend beautifully, you know, because this is about a mental torment you're doing to yourself, getting stuck in your head. And then the King of Swords, really great journey, you know. You're intellectual, you love to communicate, you love to share ideas and brainstorm and come up with new things because you're really a smart, wise person. However, you can kind of see his head is down, and that's because he keeps everything inside. And, you know, while this is a sword energy, air, Scorpio does that naturally, keeps everything inside, has a hard time, which is making you feel a little defensive. Because in your recent past, you had Eight of Swords, you know. This is definitely like, you can just look at the picture and you can feel what it means. This is like problems of your own making, so to speak, in your recent past. You know, you're really not blindfolded. And since this is in your recent past, you've kind of moved on from this. But however, it still could creep up in your present, you know, because in your present position, we have the Eight of Wands, swiftly moving to your goals, passionately. You know, you're very passionate about something, Scorpio, and you're going to figure out a game plan, and the universe is going to swiftly take you there. It's going to provide fiery, passionate energy and whatever it is you have going on, and you're just going to get it figured out. Because, my goodness, Scorpio, you have two kings. And sitting right next to this Eight of Wands is the King of Pentacles. This is earthly pleasures. This is, you know, financial knowledge. This is really, truly a very grounding card. And you can see he's kind of looking off into the distance. He feels gratitude for all the blessings that came to him financially. And he's very wise, you know, especially when making financial decisions. He understands how to put it together. His journey wasn't easy to get here. But, you know, you're here, Scorpio. So just, you know, you're moving swiftly towards your goals. Don't be surprised if things just happen because you have that fiery passion to make them happen. And you have the intellect and the knowledge, the intellect and the communication of the King of Swords. Even if you're feeling a little defensive, you know, and then the King of Pentacles showed up again. You have, it looks like on the outside, everything, but you're still lacking in showing your emotional self, like stripping down and being vulnerable, you know, because the King of Pentacles, he's stubborn. Even though he's wise, he's still stubborn. And the King of Swords is very stoic. So in your future, you have Page of Wands. Okay, this is some fiery passion. Pages represent messages. You know, an important message is on its way. And I don't know how this is going to play out for you, Scorpio. But I do know pages carry messages. And this is going to be a passionate, fiery message that hopefully opens up that, you know, stoic, stubborn side of you. And your soul wants you to know, Two of Swords. Again, air. This is Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And this is being blindfolded. This is blindfolding yourself from which path to take. It is troubling you, obviously. The Hanged Man was the first card right out of the spread. However, when the Two of Swords appears, you know, it seems to be this, you know, beautiful moonscape, lost in dreamland. The next is the Three of Swords, you know, so it's only progression from here when you take off the blindfold and decide what you want. This is which path to take. So you have the power to take off that blindfold and decide for yourself, Scorpio. Because right next to that, I tried to get a clarifying card. And this is another Swords. Okay, so you've got a lot of swords. This is air, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. This is taking a trip, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or physically. You know, because it's needed. And I know I've tried to pull the cups here for you. I just want to try to get you in this spread, Scorpio, to see. And I think I'm going to pull it on this King of Pentacles. Spirit, give me a clarifier for this King of Pentacles. Bring me a clarifier for this King of Pentacles right there. All right, Six of Wands, victory, success. You know, so everything that's brought you to your journey this far, Scorpio, is going to be victorious and bring you success. And you can see he's riding high on his horse, and he's very happy, and all the flags, the joyous occasion, you know, victory and success. You've earned the right, you know, to honor this king inside of you, and when you do, victory and success will come to you, as long as you don't get caught up in this hanged man energy and take the blindfold off and choose a path. Okay, let's see what Spirit Oracle message I can get, Scorpio. Tap on him and wake him up. Spirit, what can we bring Scorpio as an underlying message? Spirit, what can we bring Scorpio? Fan him out. Right there. Alright, so it is the Death card. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So, indeed they are, Scorpio. Sometimes something old must die for something new to begin. Okay, thank you very much for your likes, comments, and subscribes. Email me, Scorpio. You always do. You always fill my day with the most beautiful things. Peace be with you. Blessings.